Maybe. Could be. There's something. Oh, it's so tiny. That's what I was afraid of. It's so tiny. Why is that not the whole screen, though? That annoys me. Oh. That's why I can't go full screen. I have to go... Oh, but then I need to... How do I hide this? I want to hide this. How does this go away? Okay. Is that what that ding was? That's better. Still need like a what do they call that? Not interface. Overlay. There we go. Yeah. See, it doesn't want to show names either. Just, oh well. Yeah, yeah. When I try to give it to you, yeah, that's layout. Maybe if I. Oh, hey, there's something. Ah! Giant Makala. How do I make it smaller? Yeah, one of these buttons does it, but it's not letting me do it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, no, that's not good. No. No, that's not good at all. It's That's not good. Audio. And so I didn't change anything. That's weird. And now I hear myself. I don't like that. None. Okay. That's just the audio preview. That's why. How about...
Time to get my bars out of the oven.
Okay, input device should be that. How about that? Maybe that did.
Testing now. Testing. Can you hear us now? Dear chat room, can you hear us now?
I want to know how it worked last time, and I didn't change anything.
Okay, yes. Yes, you can hear us. Awesome.
Yay! Max can hear us. Woo!
Excellent.
All right, that's good. Max can hear us. Yay! All right.
Let me bring it up. Discord.
All right, there. All right, I'm going to add here, everyone, now that we've got that working. Where the heck? I don't know how to do stuff anymore. All right.
And hear everyone and the sound effect. Awesome, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
They can hear my sound effects. Cool. Well, you guys can't hear it, I guess.
No, we can't hear
no.
it, but if they can hear it.
That's
That's all
cool.
that matters.
Yeah, yeah.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
Let's see.
Oh, where did that go? Where did that go? Where did that go? All right, there's that, there's that, there's that, and there's that. All right, yes, I'm going to send it to over 500 people. Screw everybody.
Don't make us write a constab on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, just write your own constab.
I usually do.
I take notes.
I am self-constabulating. All right. All
I
right.
did not see any
Oh, we
notes.
still have huge McCullough, by the way.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Dude, no, I worked really hard to not be huge.
Okay.
I understand. Hey, Mute. Max said you can reorder the items and sources. You can still crop the Twitch window and then resize it to fill up the screen.
Yeah, easier said than done.
I know. All right. I will be...
What are the magic buttons that I have to press to make it? I'm not using OBS. I'm using...
Oh, he's using XSplit, Max. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
At this
Right.
point, are we okay to stall by 3 minutes?
Yeah,
Tim,
no,
I love
we're
Martha.
stalling for 3 minutes. We're fine. I'll be right back because I'm going to throw some cats in your general direction.
Okay. Great. We know the kitten
Hello.
wanted kitten cast.
Well, I got mine back here.
Aw, oh, what a pretty baby.
Yeah, it's something that, in all the free time I have, I'll get this all figured out.
Okay, so in 15 years?
Yeah,
Hi, Marcus.
probably. Yeah. What's the delay look like? That's a good amount of delay. Oh, well.
Hello, Marcus. Do I have kitties? I heard a door slam. Oh, he threw them in the bedroom.
here. You know what would be really useful right now?
Cats?
Shots. I have no cats, sadly.
You know what? If you're no, Xander can be a cat if he really tries.
He's more of a
I know he
puppy.
prefers dogs. I know he
Yeah,
prefers puppies, but
And you need to be quiet.
no.
Not you. My watch. It's dinging. Be quiet. Hush. Phone, you better be quiet too. Oh, you're already quiet. Okay. Thump
No,
thump.
I have mine on. I have mine on silent because my friends chat a lot.
Why are you sticking your tongue out at me?
I was sticking my tongue out at you, honey.
Oh, okay. A likely story.
Yeah.
It was. He was saying you need to be quiet. He was talking to his phone, but
Ah. All right.
I think we have protests outside again. Man, our podcast is very divisive.
right?
Mhm.
Our cats, your kid.
Yeah, literally, Heather. I picked up both cats, one in each hand, and tossed them into our bedroom, and then shut the door.
They're
What's going on behind you?
sleeping.
Is there something on the bed?
Yes, the dog.
Oh, okay.
She figured it's a good time to escape from the kitten.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
All right.
See
Right,
their
I'll be right back, guys,
chat.
because it's time to deal with those lemon bars.
All right. And then we're good?
And to take my apron off. Yes.
Let's see. I don't see anyone talking in Twitch chat yet, so they're probably in.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. I
Discord.
should actually pay attention. Well, that's where I directed them, so let
Well,
me
and I
actually
think
switch over to Twitch.
Is AIE Podcast auto following, or do we do that manually?
No, I don't think Max turned it on because both of us need to get keys. We just
Yeah.
been so busy that.
It's only like I'm trying to move a 2-story house.
I know, right? Good Lord, if we ever move, no.
I think you're embedded in your house. Like,
Yeah.
I think if you
or
try
as,
to
or as
excise
Heather
me-
said, as Heather said, that we're leaving the house to the kid, so it's just leaving everything here.
Yeah, that'd be easier.
We'll just go get a studio apartment downtown and be good. She said downtown Paris, apparently.
Oh, well, when you get that kind of money, sure.
Right? Exactly. I don't know where she's coming up with that money, but yeah, that's not cheap money either.
Yeah. Yeah, you used the word downtown. It's not going to be cheap.
Yeah, no, exactly. She said we'll be old, we'll have money then. Oh, she's I know. Yeah, you got to get published soon. Okay, let me see if I can even send. Oh, because I'm not even how am I? Oh, because I'm in the wrong browser. Jesus. All right. Like, why am I not logged into Twitch? Because you're on the wrong browser.
Details.
I know. And good Lord, Twitch looks completely different in Firefox than it does in. Ah, there you are. All right, where's the
Well,
chat?
that's great for bakeries. We can just open up a bakery.
I agree. Test. All right, there we go. Okay, that's fine. That's good. That can come over here. All right. There we go. Now I can watch for chat over here. I have show notes somewhere. There we go. Show notes go over here. No, I want that playing but muted. Right there. Okay.
There.
All right. And we're good. All right. Yep. And Max hosted us, so.
Thank you, Max.
Yep. All right.
No, there's nothing on this thing, so it keeps popping up. Everything's going
What's that?
away in boxes. Oh, there's normally some heavy stuff right here, like a laptop and whatnot. It keeps this thing.
Oh, to keep it from bouncing?
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Mew, real
That's fine.
quick.
Huh? What? Who? Where?
What do you think about December 1st being the last podcast of the year as we take our normal December off?
That's probably fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I put a tentative schedule in the general chat in the officer Discord.
Okay.
So.
Well, I can't click over there right now because then the whole
No,
world
I
will
know.
see our secrets.
Exactly.
Those
All
are
right.
our secrets. You can't see them.
All right. Are we ready? Are we good? Heather, is the oven off? Are we good?
The oven is off, I believe.
Yay. All right. Heather's like, I believe so.
Fire bad.
Oh, I see Tetz's test in chat. Oh, yeah. AIE Guild is not hosting. Cool. There we go. Okay. I just need one more monitor right here, then I can do the full 180 to see everything.
There we go. All right. Hey, Mew, so after this, I will send you the login information for the YouTube, for the AIE podcast. And then what you can do is tell Twitch to send the video to that YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then I can access it directly, and it'll still be up there. Because I think we're missing 326. So I'll have you send both over.
Okay. Do we want to start? Or are we good with all the noise we have in the beginning?
Oh, no, I edit past it. It's fine. It's part of the charm.
The charm. Let's see,
Charm.
Charm.
Darling.
Exactly. It's the prologue.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
guess we're as ready as we're going to be. I mean, as long as
Yeah,
everyone
pretty
can still
much.
see and hear us, and I can push buttons and not annoy you, but annoy the people at home.
Yep. I think we're good.
Alrighty.
And you were
Let's do
hosting
it.
this. Yep.
Yeah, 2 different ways. Alrighty. I guess we will start in 5, 4, 3, 2. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
Gildigrams! Get your Gildigrams here!
The Final Fantasy XIV raid team is extreme.
The Imperial City celebration is free.
October is for Onslaught.
And we have Dent to talk about AIE in Star Trek Online.
Yay!
Yay!
All that and more coming up right now.
Insert bumper here.
Bumper, bumper, bumper.
All right.
Welcome to episode 328 of the podcast celebrating you, the Alea Yacta-esque gaming community, the Die Has Been podcast. I am Yucow. And to my left, your right, maybe everyone else up and down, is Makala.
Hey guys, there are literally lemon bars and dark chocolate brownies in the Guild kitchen. The show was delayed because I had to take them out of the oven.
And to her right or left, I'm never sure, is Tetsemi.
Technically, I'm to her right and down, and I'm also to your left. So I'm here. And I didn't need a spreadsheet to figure that out.
Tet does math.
Right?
Indeed. And this week, we are joined by special guest, Dent, who is here to talk to us about AIE and Star Trek Online. Welcome, Dent.
Hello.
All right, so what we'll do first is see what everyone's been up to. Starting with, let's go with Makala. What have you been up to in the RLs?
Well, the reason I was not here last week is I was doing my thing at a con. We were doing Maricopa Con. It's a smaller show. It's actually our smallest one of the year, but we had the pleasure of actually doing with Never, which is always the best thing in the world because she and I did our first con together. So anytime that we can do a show together is an amazing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Always makes me happy. So that was our last con of the season. So now I might do one evening things or something, but the con schedule is done. We're working on our fall line of headbands, which are fun and spooky and all the good stuff. Let's see. The week before last, we had a lot of cancellations of game, but in the last week, I actually played 2 of my 3 games. I was able to go to do the 2 tadpole games. Thursday night, we tried to deal with giant politics, but they seemed to be, I don't know, brainwashed or something because they kept saying the same things as they rose and did meld into stone and lots of fun stuff. It was pretty annoying. Yesterday was our other game, which is a lot of fun because it's a homebrew. And I don't know if you guys know SJ, but her character has some issues. That's all I've got to say about that.
just a few.
Yep, just a few. Adore her though. So that's what I've been doing in real life, plus a lot of work stuff. We're in the process of moving to a different building, so I had to take my desk with 20 years worth of stuff and bring most of it home.
Wow, it's a lot of stuff.
It is.
And how did you bring that stuff home?
In multiple gift bags.
Monkey bags.
I got a thing this week. I got a new thing.
Ooh.
So
New to us.
we've been a one-car family the entire time our daughter's been alive, which is 17 years.
Wow.
Which also means that she's going to need to start driving soon. So Ted picked up for me a 2017 Ford Fiesta with 16,000 miles on it.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, really cute. It's like a coppery bronze hatchback, and our daughter found it because she was doing a project for econ where she had to kind of make a budget for all this, and one of the things on the budget was what's your car payment going to be. And so she was on Carfax and she found this vehicle and she sent it to Ted. Like, this looks like it'd be really good for us. So that was on Monday, and on Friday he picked up the car.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because all of my vehicles that they've been they've all been hatchbacks. 2 of the 3 have now been copperish, bronzish color, and they've all had Star Wars names. So this one is the Phantom. No, the Spectre.
Spectre, yeah.
The Spectre from Rebels. I was thinking, yeah, Phantom. I guess my brain went to Phantom Menace because I wanted to call it Rogue Leader, and the Hordling ixnayed that. I suggested the Ghost, and she came up with Spectre. So, yep.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, other than cars, what have you been up to, Timmy?
That was pretty much all Friday. Was cars. I have been playing a little bit of WoW. We actually got down. It was Wednesday. We actually got Ashara down in Eternal Palace. So we are now 8 of 8 normal, which is awesome. And I don't understand why, but the last fight is easier than the fight right before it.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but I will take that. So we got a shard down on normal. Now we're doing farm clearing for tonight, and then I have been playing in WoW Classic a lot. I think my highest level character right now is my tank, my Orc Warrior, who's 16. But I also have a bunch of characters that are like level 6, 7, 8, and I was working on my hunter today because I wanted to start engineering. So I had fun with that. Dipped my toe into Final Fantasy a little bit just to remember where I am at the story and yell at Alphino for being Alphino.
Yeah.
And also been playing a lot of For the King on the Switch with the Hordling. We've been having fun with that, and that's pretty much it since our Monday night D&D game hasn't been playing. So, but Dent, what have you been up to?
See, this week, well, since the release of the new update for No Man's Sky, I've been playing a ton of that.
A lot of people have been doing that.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying it. Got myself a couple of S-class exotics, hunting around for good planets. I have a couple farms, so I'm really neck deep into that one. Really been enjoying that. I don't know. This weekend, my son just turned 15 today. My wife turned
awesome.
30 plus 10.
We don't discuss ages. We do not.
Yeah. So we've been a lot of birthday parties going around this past couple days.
Yeah, I got one tomorrow for Mrs. Mew.
Who's getting 42 tacos, right?
That was one of the possibilities, yes.
Oh, now I want tacos.
Dude, it's not on the menu.
Tacos
I know.
So good.
Yeah, no, that was no, but we did. I'll talk about that later. Sorry, we're interrupting Dent.
Yes.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I squirrel a lot myself. So and then normal. So I run the Monday night team on Star Wars Soldiers of Light. So been doing that as normal, and then I run with Lords of Light on Thursday nights. So that's about all I've been doing.
Very
And
cool.
is that a stealth Death Star you're using as a mic?
No, it's a snowball.
Death Star, Snowball. Either way.
It's no moon either way.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Well,
So
then
Mew, what have you been up to?
Oh, everything. Probably the last few weeks has all been house stuff in the real worlds.
Not Final Fantasy 14. He hasn't been
No.
decorating that house.
No.
Oh no, it's impossible to get houses in Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
You just can't buy them anymore. They just that is a whole rant that I could spend hours on. But but no, it was actually far easier to get a real house.
Oh my, that's bad.
Than it was in Final Fantasy 14. Like we just it's like, oh yeah, you are overqualified for this. Please take this money. Please take this house. Yes, thank you. Bye. So yeah, the last week has pretty much been prepping it for us to move in. Since we're not in a hurry to get out of where we are now, we can kind of take our time. We've been doing flooring and painting and moving little pieces over and just kind of doing just little bits, just kind of getting it just right for us so that it's all nice and ready when we move in, which we have tentatively scheduled for next Saturday. So that'll be the exciting time. So luckily the podcast was at a good time, so it's not next week, because who knows what state things would have been the day after move. But
Right.
hopefully by the week after that, I'll be ready for the next podcast. But that's been the majority of my time. But otherwise, game-wise, I have been dipping my toe in Classic, since that's the flavor du jour. Got a couple of characters up to like 5 and 6. I made an undead priest because I don't really do much with priests, and I actually don't have an undead character in the current WoW.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do not. I don't know how, but that's just I have Death Knights if you want to count those as undead. But yeah, oddly enough, no undead. I have a priest somewhere, but never really touch it. So I just why not? Let's just dive in and see what's going on. And happened to bump into a bunch of AIE people running amok, and we discussed hair colors with Nevermore. She tried to make sure that her hair color was just right, because that's very important.
That's important.
In real life too.
Well, yeah, especially because this is Classic. There's no barber, so
Right.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
important.
that's it.
Pick the choice that. Yeah. I actually have 2 undead priests. I have one in live and I have one in classic. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's been interesting to play as that type of a priest, and it's you know, up until now there's no choice. Like you were just a priest, like you can't specialize. But it seems like that the undead are really well set up for Shadow. But
yes,
yeah. So then, other than that, then in regular WoW or current WoW, I really hate calling it retail because all games are retail, so that kind of seems redundant.
You could just say WoW without the classic tag, and then you're talking about WoW.
Yep. Oh, but do you mean classic? No, I mean WoW. Like
no, I mean WoW.
Yeah, I'm hanging around in.
I'm in WoW or am I in classic?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. But in WoW, we've been my heroic team just got the heroic Ashvane down.
Nice. That's
Congrats.
a killer fight.
It is, especially because in heroic, one of the big things that changes is that the coral she leaves on the ground stays.
Yeah,
So-
you can't
so
clean it up.
Yeah, you're doing the inner spiral thing, and that's even if you get that far, because there's also more of the giant corals popping up, sending the bubbles at you, and that just becomes, if you aren't destroying those every time, you're just in trouble. But, and the bubbles, if anyone is in the bubble circle, they too are bubbled, so you can actually bubble the whole raid if you're not careful.
Oh God.
Whoops.
See, this is why I don't. Yeah, see, this is why I don't raid, because you guys raided with me. I would do that on accident.
I know, but we miss your warlock.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, warlocks are pretty useful, especially for the cookies.
Yeah. Of course, it's baking.
Yeah. And then, of course, the requisite amount of Final Fantasy 14 time still in there, still playing way too many alts. I can never focus on one. I've got 5 that are in the current expansion at various levels. So, but it's a great story. It's actually worth playing it 5 times. So it's amazing what they've done with the current expansion for Final Fantasy 14. But yeah, that's been the majority of my time. With that, why don't we start digging into this week's news?
Excellent.
AIE
News.
And in community news, let's go over the mandatory Fun Nights schedule, where the fun is mandatory but attendance is not. Going on in 3 minutes is the
3 minutes?
STO. Yep.
Actually, after this.
After the show.
After the show.
Because one of the members is currently busy. We're distracting him for some reason. That'll be the STO mandatory fun night going on as soon as things are over here. So look forward to that. Then tomorrow, Monday, we have the Guild Wars 2 mandatory fun night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. On Tuesday, we have SWTOR's mandatory fun night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. Then,
It's the only time zone that matters to Max.
yes.
It is. Literally
Wednesday,
the only one.
Yep. Wednesday is one of the Final Fantasy XIV nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Friday, we have the ESO mandatory fun night at 9 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Final Fantasy XIV late night mandatory fun night at 11 p.m. Eastern. And then Saturdays, we have Lord of the Rings Online at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, followed by a New Braid in WoW at 11 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. And in Guild Podcast news,
Uh-oh.
Oh, Raggy.
Yep, I think we lost them both. They're both frozen.
speaking
Whoa.
Someone's watching Netflix.
Yeah.
Downloading a large file.
Are they trying to download the entire internet's worth of recipes all at once? The tubes are definitely full.
Have you tried turning off and then on again?
Yeah.
of Max.
Hey,
Whoa.
Yep.
Oh, I see an arm. I see Tets frantically jumping up to try to fix it. Uh-oh. That's
Hello?
all. I hear you.
Hello?
I see a hand. Hi. No? Yes? Stand by for technical difficulties.
Just seeing the spinning boxes.
I need to get a technical difficulties screen.
Get a tone screen.
Here, let's see what this screen does. How do I change that? That must be a graphic. Yeah, it's a graphic. I can't change it. Boo. And look, she's trying to pass it off to me. That'd be a very boring show if just me. Obviously, with you as the host, you're fine. But then it would be me. The non-guest part would be a little flat with just the one of us.
We figured it out.
Yeah. We could discuss the differences between the different versions of Star Trek for an hour.
This is only one.
Oh, I have a note from Tets. Rebooting router.
I see a screen pop back up.
I see the Twitch loading graphic for both of their videos. have to do some actual editing on the video today. I should probably actually change that. They've dropped.
Yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah, I dropped it.
No, you stay awake. There we are. We are still experiencing technical difficulties. Here, have some background music.
Uh-oh. Ruh-oh. I'm just looking at the picture.
There's a
One of
tats.
them.
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Okay, let me text McCullough. She should rejoin.
Just trying to find AIE's Facebook page.
I can send that to you. There she is. All right.
There we go. I got it.
Hello?
Hello,
Hello.
there we are. All right.
So sorry about that, guys.
How dare you?
Okay. I swear I'm going to put a call into the other internet provider, and the problem is I don't want to move
Yeah. I
domains
understand.
for email, but I also don't want
There.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He froze.
They heard it. They heard him. They heard him threatening. They're like, "Up, shut him down again."
to pay two people for.
Yep.
Up. That TCP is struggling.
So the gigabittles technology.
Yeah. I guess it was fortunate I hosted tonight, so at least there's something. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That's the right URL there.
Oh.
Hey, they're moving again.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you're moving again. There you are.
All right, should we very quickly get the news out here?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Sit down, Tet. Sit down.
sit down. Wait for Ted to get back.
Get to the chopper.
How long will you be on Mars?
2 weeks.
Got anything to declare?
All right.
2
Grr, arg.
weeks.
Are we back?
We are.
Yep.
You
All
are.
right.
All right, we're going to very quickly do this news.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So to our Escape Podcast 307, it's not just a phase 2. PTS Phase 2, Onderon, Ducks, and
Dachshund. Yep.
Dachshund, and updated gearing news. So to our Escape Podcast 307, grinding our gears. PTS Phase 2 updates. Troopers are ready for test gear system breakdown. And in working class news, episode 53, Rise of the Skywalker trailer 2 breakdown. Nick and Mark sit down with fellow Ildies. Is that Bo?
Yeah.
Thank you. In Corvinus to discuss the most recent changes to the Star SOTOR's PTS, and of course, the new trailer for Star Wars: The Rise of the Skywalker that dropped at D23, which amazing.
Yep.
And hey guys, Nomads! Remember Nomads? It was a great program that we had going for a long time. Well, on September 21st, it's going to be a Nomad-style raid on LOTOR, hosted by Marcus and Manolin Aeroshield. Everyone in AIE that's up for it is encouraged to download the game sooner rather than later, just to kind of get your feet wet, and get ready to roll up a new level 1 character to play with the group. LOTOR is free to play, so guys, get your Hobbit feet on.
Yeah. And in WoW news, New Braid is 6 of 8 in the Eternal Palace. And we had the Trial of Style led by Gusty Tail. And we'll have more info on how that went up on the blog after the show. And in classic news, buckle in. We have over 750 characters currently added.
Dang.
If we get around 900, we will look at taking some unplayed alts out to keep us on one guild as long as possible, even though Greenwall is updated and working. And this just in, send someone a special message in WoW Classic with AIE Guildigrams. A Guildigram is based on the Candygram fundraisers that schools organize for the holidays, like Valentine's Day, where someone sends a special note with candy or flowers to friends and teachers. We love the spirit of the community that everyone has shown in WoW Classic since launch, and we want to continue this momentum going forward. There are lots of reasons you could send a Guildigram. Someone went out of their way to help you with a quest you couldn't have finished alone. Thank someone for helping you with a profession mats or creating an item you needed, or you heard someone was having a rough day and just wanted to make them smile. The Guildigram will include your personal message and a savory deviant delight. It's a treat that turns you into either a pirate or a ninja when you eat it. They are able to be ordered by Horde members of the AIE Guild in WoW Classic on Pagel US, and they will be mailed 1 to 3 days after the order form is filled out and in-game payment is received. There are many reasons to spread kindness and positive messages with each other. Think outside the box and send a Guildigram to some of your favorite AIE Guildies today.
Excellent.
Yep. And on Sunday, September 15th, we are doing an AIE WoW Classic guild photo at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That's noon Pacific. Tabards are encouraged but not required. All guildies are welcome. We have not decided where it's going to be taken yet, but we understand Classic is expensive to train talents and professions, so not everyone will have a tabard, and that's okay. If anyone wants to donate a tabard to be raffled off to AIE guildies that don't have one yet, that would be awesome. You can send any tabard donations to Nevermore.
Alrighty, and in Final Fantasy XIV news, the Final Fantasy XIV raid team took down Titania Extreme.
Extreme.
Yes, it's an awesome fight, and I love the music in there. The first piece of raid level endgame content in the expansion Shadowbringers is what that is. This was an 8-player raid, which can be done after the main story quest for Shadowbringers has been completed, because you do regular Titania during an MSQ. It's about 73, I think. Currently, AIE is running Gear Up nights on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern and Progression nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern as well. That must be a different night. It must be Wednesday, I think, is what that is.
Yep.
No experience is necessary. If you wish to join us with more challenging content, drop a line in the AIE Discord and the Final Fantasy XIV channel, which is FFXIV. Easy to say. Exactly. And this just in. Abavan would like to add that we are interested in running level 80 map nights. To run map nights, the first step is to, well, get maps. To get them organically, you need to be a level 80 gatherer. That's miner, botanist, or fisher. Any three of the three can get them. They are an extra item on your gathers, and you can only get one map a day. Furthermore, you can have one map activated, one in your main bags, one in your chocobo saddlebags, and one in each retainer. So that's a way of kind of like spreading them out. You just can't have two in the same bag space.
Makes sense.
Running maps can get you super rewards and fabulous prizes, especially when you spawn the bonus zone. The bonus zone is really awesome. In fact, I think the coolest thing about the bonus side, besides getting extra loot, is the music. It's usually remixed versions of favorite songs are in that bonus zone dungeon. And it's actually a full dungeon. Like, you'll go in, it'll do some kind of rolling mechanism depending on what version of the zone you're in, and you have a chance of finding different monsters, or it has a chance to kick you out. But the deeper you get in, of course, the better the loot is that comes out of the treasure chest. So that's kind of cool. We'd love to get help on map nights, so it's a super fun activity, very casual time, and a great time to be had by all. Because there's not a ton of mechanics in these fights. It's kind of like a patchwork fight. There might be a little bit of like having to dodge a few things, but they're not typically that hard. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Come on and join.
Great. All right. In ESO news, the Imperial City Celebration event is happening now, and the DLC for the Imperial City is now free in the Crown Store for anyone who doesn't already own or have ESO Plus. This is a PvP-focused area with some PvE content and 2 PvE dungeons. White Tower Gold, and the Imperial City Prison. During the event, drops of Telvar stones, key fragments, and materials will be doubled, and the chance you'll get a Stonefire Scamp pet or the Soulshraven skin will be doubled as well. Also, as usual, double drops from all the bosses are within the Imperial City and the dungeons. You can earn 2 event tickets per day per account by defeating the final boss in one of the dungeons or slaying the patrolling monsters or mini-bosses in the streets of the Imperial City or within the sewers. Also, again, MFN is still going strong on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Bug Kinney for details.
Yep. And in Star Wars The Old Republic news, we have a release date for Onslaught, and it's not Seema's night. Darn it. It's October 22nd. The PTS is up and rocking. The community has really embraced it and made great contribution to testing and feedback. The PTS is all about gearing, how you get gear, how it levels up, how you get upgrades, side grades, everything, and
gear drops.
Gear drops. Just the amount of feedback and the amount of changes that they did between the 2 PTSs and that they're doing going forward is kind of amazing. So it's really good. In Onslaught, players will be able to roll a Nautilin if they are subscribed for any amount of time between now and the release of Onslaught. If you're wondering what a Nautilin is, check out Jedi Master Kit Fisto from Clone Wars. In the live game, September is the month of many pirates. The Pirate Incursion event will be running twice this month on Dantooine. Guild mandatory fun nights are on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we alternate between Imperial and Republic sides, so everyone can come and play. September's Mega is on the 27th and is going to resurrect an original, OG mission to acquire the fabled Magenta lightsaber crystal. This is a shortish mission with some travel in between, so we'll be hanging out in Discord and doing some Star Wars trivia as well. And who knows what else. Also, the New York Cantina is coming up on October 4th. The number of AIE people will be there, so if you fancy a night of drinks, AIEers, and possibly a little bit of game talk, you're invited. For more info and how to connect up, jump into Discord, into the SOTOR channel, and ask.
And in EVE news, well, there's not really any EVE news because pretty much everyone is playing WoW Classic, which isn't too surprising because I'm pretty sure most of the EVE core is WoW vanilla players, so I'm not entirely surprised.
Hashtag blame Link.
Yep,
all Link's fault. But if you are still looking around, apparently Huck is still holding down the ships, so you can poke him if you are still interested in all that.
Yeah, and actually it's blame Hoots this time. It's not Link.
Oh no,
I'm sure it's still Link's fault somehow.
It's still Link's fault. Come on. It's
Okay.
AIE, for God's sakes. And in Guild Wars 2's news, mandatory fun night, and all who want to learn to do the fractals on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, starting on September 20th. Fractals are mini dungeon styles with unique mechanics and design.
And in Lord of the Rings Online news, Saturday Night Live is still going strong. September 21st is a raid on Lord of the Rings Online. All you need is the client downloaded. The game is free to play. Everyone is welcome. If you have questions, contact either Marcus B. or Meilong, or post your questions in the Lotro channel in AIE Discord.
And with all that, let's get back to Dent and find out what's going online in Star Trek Online.
Awesome.
So yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff coming up with Star Trek Online. They just announced a couple weeks ago that a new story is going to be added on September 10th. It's going to be called Awakening. It's kind of expanding upon the Age of Discovery expansion that they released. Maybe it seems like a year ago almost.
Yeah.
Sounds about it.
So it's going to have a new episode to run. There's going to be a new task force that's going to drop. The task force is, what is it going to be? The Mycelium realm. So if you haven't followed anything with Star Trek Discovery, at least with the first season, there was a lot of that revolved around the mycelium realm and being able to travel almost instantaneously between points in space and whatnot. So this expansion, instead of like the last couple of episodes have been mostly set in the past, this one is bringing it back to 2410. And is going to have Anthony Rapp reprise his role as Lieutenant Commander Stelmitz. He's the chief engineer of the Discovery and the designer of the Mycelium drive. So, like they've been doing for the last few updates, they bring in cast members from the series. They play their roles or versions of their roles. And really brings a really good immersive feel in the Star Trek universe.
Oh yeah, it feels like you're part of the actual what's going on. Yeah, when their voice is like, oh yeah, you are definitely part of this universe. This feels awesome.
Yeah,
it is really neat how the cast members are so open and available with their time to do that too.
I mean, and they've done this with a whole bunch of their expansions. They've had cast members from Next Generation, like LeVar Burton. Mm-hmm. You've had almost the entire cast of DS9 and Voyager reprise their roles. So and it's like I said, it brings it a little bit immersive, and it's fun, and you play along with those characters in some of the missions. So yeah, it's fun. I really enjoy that part of the game. Along with this update, there's going to be a new event. Like every time when they release some new content, or even if they do their yearly content, like the Ryza stuff, they have an event that you can earn progress towards getting new equipment. This time around, it's going to be a tier 6 ship. It's going to be a Launchie frigate. So that's something you can work towards. It'll probably run for a good portion of the month. I think you need to get that ship 1,200 progress points, if I remember reading that right. And again, you do your dailies. If you do your the new mission is worth so many points. If you do the new TFO, it's worth so many points. And they're also releasing 5 new patrols with this content, which is usually really quick content, single player based. You just go in, blow up a few ships, have a couple of conversations, and you're done. So that's something to work towards within the game. And usually, like a lot of these free ships that they hand out are decent. They're not really something that they're comparable to the ships that you have to pay real money for.
Yeah, it's always a good sign of a game when you can earn a good ship as well as you can buy a good ship.
Right.
Because they're going to have that available.
Yeah. Another neat thing that they've done recently too is so one of their first major expansion was revolved around the Romulans, and that added like a third-ish new faction into the game. And Romulans could only fly and captain Romulan warbirds. Mm-hmm. Well, now they've actually opened that up to everyone. As long as you have the expansion, I believe you can captain any of the Romulan warbirds that are out there. So a Starfleet captain or a Klingon captain can now do a Romulan bird of prey or a scimitar or any of the ships that they have to offer.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was something to the effect of that the Romulan Empire was so thankful for the help that the Klingons and the Federation were giving them that they're like, you know what, we're going to let you use our ships now. We used to keep them really closely to the chest, but you guys have helped us so much by what's happened. Here you go, have fun.
Right, and a lot of the in-game stuff with the new Romulan Republic, they became another major force in the Alpha and Beta quadrants. So, yeah, it's nice because I have a few Romulan ships for one of my characters, and it'd be nice to pull those in for to fly with my main. That's a Starfleet captain.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and then just like in normal, like one of the mechanics within the game is there are star bases and colonies and research stations that we all work towards and build up to give us new equipment, new content. So we're always working on those fleet projects. We're kind of working on the colony right now, along with the Spire. Those are our two main ones, and then I think we have a couple of them that are already done. But we're also working on, throwing resources at the others. Usually the hardest things to come by are the duty officers and the dilithium crystals.
Yeah. So those of you that are playing, remember, if you're logging in to do your own personal progress, don't forget to throw a little to the guild. They can get their projects going. But and remember to definitely log in if you've been distracted by something else shiny coming out. It's that daily progress does help every day.
Yeah, and just to log in to do your own dailies. They usually don't take that long, 15, 20, 30 minutes, and usually you're done. Especially if you're only if you're focusing on one character. If you're on multiple characters, it's going to take a little bit longer. But most of us just focus on we all have our mains, and then play along with some of the other ones.
What's a main character? I'm not sure what that concept is.
Right?
Yeah, we know you don't.
It's
Mr. Allitis.
Character that you devote most of your time with.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. No,
yeah, it doesn't actually work with him.
No, it's not familiar. I did have a question though. Have you heard any noises about? I know we have the new Picard show coming to CBS. Have they made any noises about that affecting STO at all?
They haven't, but with all the content that Star Trek puts out, they do somehow incorporate it. Mm-hmm. The funny thing is the Picard show is right around the same time that we're in the timeline that we're in. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting and see how they incorporate that. I'm pretty sure we'll end up getting new Starfleet uniforms because of it.
Yeah.
Just because that's one of the things that they always do is like, all right, there's a new uniform.
Oh yeah,
Depending-
grab it quick.
Well, depending on if it's if they're revamping the game or whatnot. I remember when they released the new uniforms, everyone got them for free. I mean, you can still pick up like the classic Next Generation uniforms or the movie uniforms or the DS9 version or the Enterprise version. So you can make your characters look like any era you want.
Yeah, I think I'm currently rocking all the TOS outfits for a lot of my captains.
Yeah, you can even pick up the ships that can match that era as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think part of the package I originally bought for the game came with the TOS ship, and later on they ended up upgrading it so that it was being able to be used at different points. Because at first it was meant to be like a superpowered newbie ship, and then
Yes,
at
that
some
was
point,
that was like a pre-order bonus.
Mhm.
I forget wherever you purchased it, and you get that ship right off the bat, and it was better than the Miranda class that you started off with.
Yep, and then at some point I think they upgraded the ship so that it could be a tier 6 as well. But I think they did it to most ships, didn't they?
Well,
it was over
not-
time though.
No, so there are different versions of the Constitution class.
Mm-hmm.
There's the starter ship, there's the tier 2 ship, and then there are a bunch of, they have the Kelvin timeline version, you have the Discovery version, and then they do have a tier 6 version of the Constitution from TOS, but you can only pick that up through like loot crates
Okay.
or the exchange,
Mm-hmm.
and it's usually a couple of million credits.
Oh yeah, I imagine so.
Jeez. Just some pocket change.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to when they start incorporating that, because I'm not expecting the level of, if you ever played that old Defiance game where they actually had the show and they had the game and they are actually kind of feeding off of each other.
Oh, right.
I'm not
right,
expecting that level, but it'll be neat
No.
to see what pops in there from Picard.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that they incorporate a lot of that. We won't really see anything probably until the season finishes up.
Mhm.
Right.
But then they'll start like leaking stuff out. Like I said, usually like uniforms would be the first things. Maybe a new ship that you can even get in the store or in a lockbox.
Yeah. Well, definitely something to look forward to.
Definitely.
All right, is there anything else that we can mention to get everyone excited about STO and what's coming out?
Well, MFN's, in a few.
Yeah, MFN's going to be starting shortly after this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, even with the interruption, we're on time.
Yeah.
I know. We did good, guys.
Yeah.
I think we were reading the news really fast because we wanted to make sure we
Yeah.
That's what the show notes are for. They'll be in there. People can read them. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. Well, if we're all done, then we'll go ahead and call that a show for tonight.
So,
Show.
Stick a fork in it.
Yep, it is done. While the chat room begins assessing show titles, we want to thank Dent for joining us. So thank you, Dent.
thank you,
Pleasure.
Dent.
And don't forget, we'll have the MFN after stream, so please look forward to that.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
sorry.
one last thing, Dent. Was there a Twitter or a website that led to you or what you do online that you wanted anyone to know?
No, you can just find me in Discord.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
the best way to find us all.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right. So if you guys have questions or comments about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mew is at the Mew Cow. Somehow there was another Mew Cow. I'm at Cyberwaif, and Tet is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website, aie-guild.org, podcast-livestream, live-stream, pardon me. And our Discord server is aie-guild.info/discord. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at keyswithsoul at keyswithsoul.com. Wow. Follow him at keyswithsoul or his website, keyswithsoul.com. Wow.
There we go.
Words hard.
And now it's great to play all of the great AIE member segments we received this week, including Overload Mike News from Hunts the Wind and Ask Buxley for Ask Buxley.
Woo!
And next time we will be talking with a possible surprise guest, about AIE in WoW Classic.
Yeah.
So until then, AIE, this is Mew Cow.
This is Makala.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast. And I have this little bumper thing I can play.
Ooh.
This show is part
They
of the
can
Frog
barely
Pants Network. Get more at frogpants.com.
And Dent, you get to pick the title.
Well, I threw out a couple, so I think that's a little.
Yeah, Abos is pretty funny. We'll be right back.
Yeah. I like Tiber's stealth Death Star. S2 goes back to the future. Fly Romulan. So. But Dent, this is entirely up to you. Whatever you prefer.
You are the guest. You pick the title.
Let's do Fly Romulan.
Alrighty.
All right.
Great.
I
Comms
will.
are jammed. Oh, dude. That's pretty funny, too.
There we go. All right.
It's Strawberry
Cool.
Jam.
All right.
That was
Cool.
what I was thinking.
Yep.
I like
exactly.
raspberry, though.
All right, Mew, I will DM you the info
All right.
for the YouTube account.
By
And then-
stream, we're going to go ahead and disconnect.
Yeah, bye stream.
Bye, guys. Like we weren't
Ta-ta.
already doing